Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to see how we can set up the log anomaly detection using Python for the CI/CD logs and other system logs. Before I start, I'm Hari, and if this is your first time in our channel, don't forget to subscribe. Let's start. Before I start the actual implementation, first we go with what is actually anomaly. Anomaly is nothing but the event which is not expected to occur from the system side as well as that log side. So imagine if you are working with shell script or any CI/CD thing, you can see n number of logs. If it's a log size is 10, for example, we can take for 100. So if it's 100 maximum, we can read it line by line. But what if that log is exceeded for 1,000 line or 2,000 line? So if you are working with CI/CD, I hope you found that there are n number of logs which is actually goes around 10,000 or 15,000. So in that case, we can't able to analyze it all one by one. In that case, I hope this system this actually works because we are creating it using Python with a simple machine learning model, which actually helps us to identify and uh, represent it as a form of web page, what is actually causing the issue. So before I start the implementation, what algorithm we are actually using is isolation forest. So this isolation forest is unsupervised learning for anomaly detection. I just researched about it. I'm not a machine learning person, so I just researched about what is isolation learning. So for the anomaly detection and kind of grouping and deduplicate stuffs, in industry people are using this algorithm. So if you are new for unsupervised learning, I will attach a link in the description about unsupervised learning. For example, for now, I'm just saying it actually helps us to grouping the same kind of data. Like if you are actually seeing errors, so it group the error in one group and info in another group and warning in another group. So kind of grouping, we can say it as a cluster. So kind of grouping, we can able to understand and the isolation forest gives us the right output for us. So this is how the anomaly detection actually isolation forest is doing. So now start the implementation. Before the code walkthrough, I just need to show how it's actually working. So this is actually my code. Uh, it had the code in, I had this code in my GitHub repo. So you can refer from my GitHub repo. It's a log analyzer, Python for DevOps, the repo name. So I'm just simply type Python 3.9.5. So it's running on port 5000. And here you can see. So upload log file, dot log or dot text. I'm just choosing the file. So just to check that it's analyze. Here you can see found 98 anomalies out of 1,000 logs, 9.8%. Anomaly chart, log message length with anomaly highlights. So the green is actually a good log without any anomalies, and red is actually showing that anomaly. This is the feature comparison is just I'm just representing for a simple representation. It won't be a big thing. And here you can see info database connection failed. So it shows info as database connection failed, but line like that anomaly score is -1. Database connection needs not need to be failed, right? It needs to be a perfect one. It actually needs to work. So in that case, the info also may causing anomaly. For that, we just define. So here, if it shows anomaly, it's actually -1. We are just mentioning -1 as a anomaly score. So like this, you can see warning network kind of thing. And here you see error unauthorized access attempt to admin panel. Here it shows error, but the anomaly score is 1 because here the issue is not with our system. So the error is happening because of that unauthorized, the user activity is unauthorized. So sometimes the error may occur, but it's not considered as an anomaly. And some other case, it's vice versa. So it's showing error with anomaly score and which line the actual type. So in that case, we can able to find and rectify. So next code walkthrough. Before I start, I just here you can see in the start it actually shows, I mean, store it as a form of PNG. What has actually happened in that kind of report stuff and the anomaly CSV, like it actually store the info and the line and the anomaly score as a form of CSV. We can able to extract and send to our teammates like the ops team or whoever it is. We can send. So next, the first I start with requirements. For this UI representation, I'm using Matplot, Matplotlib main file. We are just importing all the uh, necessary packages, and we start with get and post because we are just uploading a file, basically post, and just get the anomaly. So we are just using two HTTP method, and here I use the Flask framework for this. And I'm just simply using like upload a file and check the format. If it's log and if it's text, then only it will work. If not, any other format, it won't work. And here you can see parse, pre-process, detect anomaly. So I'll just come after a while. And this part is actually helps us to represent it as a form of that UI, right? That charts kind of. So for this, we use this code. These are that chart representation. It won't be a big thing. And here you can see r.run debug pro. We are just using the main function. Here you see so df parse log. So what it actually doing is in that parser, we are just using the regex pattern to remove that timestamp because if you are seeing the log, most of the logs actually have that timestamp stuff, but we don't want that. So we just remove all the timestamp stuff. Then we parse this data, the clean the data. Basically, the data cleaning is actually happening. So after the remove that, we are just passing this to pre-process. Here in this pre-process, what we're doing is we are just defining the type, like if it's an error and warning, summary, info. We are just defining it and then trying to use it as a form of column because here you can see info, type, and anomaly direction. So kind of thing, we are just defining message and line with the info, like what it actually showing, the error stuff, right? And here we define, right, has failure, has exception, unauthorized. So is there any kind of words it shows? It's just do the operation like, okay, this is an error, this is a warning, this is a info. And here we derive the metrics as message length, has error, has number. So message length is actually like a number, and has error, it shows whether it is an error or not, and has number. After that, if it's not an error, if it that anomaly score is 1 or -1, because I already said the info also, the typical info also had that anomaly score. So for that also, we just define that has number for each line and the selected columns. This is just for a UI representation. We don't want to mind this. And so in this anomaly detector, you can see first we just defined the feature, like we just create a copy of the data string to avoid modify the original. So instead of just modifying, we are just copying the pre-processed data, df features, and initialize the isolation forest model. N estimate is 100. So we just created 100 trees of the forest. Contamination is it's nothing but how much percentage amount of anomalies we are expecting from the data, and random state 42, like it's just a kind of random assignation, and the max sample is auto. So first what we are doing is in feature we are just defining the anomaly and model.fit.predict df features. So the copied data we are just inserting into this with that model definition. So it will actually predict and give the result to us. And if name, if like this is the main function we are actually doing. And if not, anomaly empty, if line df dot column anomaly is equal to anomalies dot merge line left index true, right index true. So if the anomaly is not empty, we are just passing this data into main, and the main is actually sending the data into index.html. Then we can able to see this data in that website. Yeah, this is all about this project. And I hope you like this video. If you are new for this DevOps kind of thing and a Python, this project actually helps you a lot. And in future, I just plan to implement it as a form of auto deducting from GitHub Actions pipelines. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.